Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here today to open up this vlog. So this is going to be my weekly 2023 reading vlog for week 1, and also my Romanceopoly vlog number 1. Originally I was going to do Romanceopoly next week, the 9th. And I'm sorry if you hear my dogs, they're outside, but I decided to push it to this week because next week there are 2 new releases that I really want to read that did not fit in the roles. So yes, so I will read those 2 next week, and I'm super excited, but I'm not going to go in too much what I plan on reading this week, because I did do a TBR which is actually premiering in like an hour and 15 minutes ish. It premieres at 10, so there's that, but I have 6 books to read for Romanceopoly. The first one I'm going to read is A Week to Be Wicked by Tessa will be the first one. Out of the 6, I should mention, 5 of which are audiobooks, so a lot of listening to this week, so that's really great. So as I said, I'm gonna start with A Week to Be Wicked by Tessa, then I'm gonna move on to The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Marietta Zapata. Then it will be The Shadows by Alex North, and then the last 2 audiobooks will be Pestilence and War by Laura Thalassa, and then at some point I will pick up Washed Up by Kandi Steiner, which is the only Kindle or physical book I have. I don't have the audio for that. So yeah, that is my plan to read, and hopefully I finish all 6 of them before Saturday, because Saturday is the start of the 48-hour final support group hosted by Steph Loves, and I hope to participate, and I would like to finish the 4 Horsemen series and a few others. So yeah, that's pretty much my plan for the day. Or week. I am off until Friday. I don't have to work until Friday, and then Friday and Saturday I work, but I only work 4 hours so each day, so only 8 hours of work this week, so I should be able to finish the 6 books relatively soon. I did start A Week to Be Wicked yesterday, and I'm like 60% through, so I should finish that today and then start The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. I doubt I will finish that today, just because that one's like over 500 pages, so it's a little chunky, but I may, depending on if I just want to listen to books. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will update when I most likely finish A Week to Be Wicked is probably when I'll update and tell you what I thought of that, and whatnot. But yeah, so I just finished A Week to Be Wicked by Tessa. I'm giving it 3 stars. Other people will probably like this. This was a fake dating, only one bed, and like, what was the other trope? There was another trope that I think people would like. Oh, road trip. Yes, historical romance following Mariva and Colin. And this met the challenge for the Cobbles, which is to read a historical romance with a rake and whatever that is. I just don't really like historical romances. So yeah, but I gave this 3 stars. As I said, Tessa Dare, I've read before, and she makes the books not feel like super historical, so that's what I like about those. But it was okay. So yeah, as I said, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, and it takes place in Scotland, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I know I didn't talk about this one all that much, but it is what it is. It is 3:41 on Monday. In about 19 minutes there's going to be some reading sprints on Brianna's channel, which is, I think it's For Paws or something like that. So I'll probably watch those, and I'm gonna start The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Miriada Zapata, and I'm also going to be reading Washed Up by Kandi Steiner during those. So yeah, I don't know how much of Wall of Winnipeg and Me I will be reading. I am pretty tired. I've been up since 5:15 this morning, so I'm tired. I tried to take a nap and it just didn't work today, so I'm probably gonna go to bed relatively early. I say that, but probably won't go to bed until like 10:30, but still, so I'm hopeful that I will finish this tonight, this one, because Kelly Elliott's new book, Someone to Love, which is book number 4 and final book in the Seaside Chronicles, come out tonight, and I plan on reading that, especially because most of the books for this week are audiobooks, so I need some like Kindle or physical books, so I plan on reading that after I finish this. So yeah, but that's pretty much my update. I haven't updated much at all today. I did edit and schedule my Macaulay Smeltzer reading vlog of the Arc Wild, which will be posted on Wednesday. So that's done. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I've read 2 books so far this year, and one's a 5-star and one's a 3-star. I have high hopes for this one. I'm thinking it's probably going to be like a 4.55. The Wall of Winnipeg and Me could be between a 3 to like a 5, somewhere around there. So yeah, again, I just don't really like slow burns. So yeah, but anyways, I finished one prompt, and I think I'm gonna change how I do Romanceopoly. I know I said once a month, I mean a week every month, but it's the first day of me supposed to read these books, and I don't want to read any. I just want to read other books. So I think what I'm gonna do is just sort of do it like my Uno game, where I roll in the beginning of the month, and then throughout the month I'll just read the books. So there's that, because I was looking at some mail books on KU, and there are so many that I want to read now, because I'm super excited about next week's Wild, or Wish by Cambria Herbert, that I want to read all the mail books. So I looked at that. Also, I've noticed that almost all of the books I've read so far or will be reading have W's. Pretty much start with W's, or yeah, because I read Wild, then I read A Week to Be Wicked, Washed Up, and The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. So there's a lot of W's going around. So yes, but yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do now, going forward. I may change it again, but I think that's why like theme vlogs don't really go well for me, because I am like, oh, I'm gonna do a theme vlog, and then I get to where I'm supposed to do it and I'm like, no, I don't want to read any of these. So I'm much more of a read what I want to read that week instead of not. So that is what I'm gonna do now. So I'll have my Uno books and then Romanceopoly books. What I will probably do is I was gonna say I'll probably roll a d12 like I do with Uno, and that's how many rolls I'll do. Yeah, I'll probably do that. But next month is the shortest month of the year, so I'll probably just stick with 5 and go from there. But anyways, that is for me to figure out next week and not now. But I just wanted to update. I will update when I start reading The Wall of Winnipeg and Me and Washed Up, and go from there. Hi everyone, update. So what I decided to do is not worry about my Romanceopoly TBR this week, because I don't really want to read any of those right now. So what I am gonna do is just do like my Uno game where I read them throughout the month. I only have 5 more because I did complete one. I am going to be finishing Washed Up by Kandi Steiner, so then I'll only have 4 more after this one, because I'm really enjoying this one. So I will continue on with this one. But for the remainder of the week, I'm just going to read what I want to read. So I know I will read Washed Up and Someone to Love by Elliott. I'm also leaning towards The Pool Boy by Nikki Sloan and The Architect by Nikki Sloan, so I could then buy Frat Boy by Nikki Sloan. So those are probably the 4 major ones I am going to read, and then I'll probably throw in an audiobook or some sort. I do plan on reading the 4 Horsemen series. I think I might save that for the 48-hour final support group and just binge read that series. See if I could do that in 48 hours, because I have the audiobooks for those, so it shouldn't be that hard. Maybe read 2 books a day. So we'll see. I might start those, but regardless, I just really want to read nothing that's on my TBR, which is usually why I suck at doing TBRs, because I never want to, like, when I make the videos I'm like, oh, these are the ones I want to read, but come down to it I'm like, nope, I don't want to read any of those. So that's why I really suck at TBRs, but I'm trying to get better, and I want to, because right now I want to read, just not what I want to like picked. So I don't want to, it's only the 3rd of January, and I don't want to not read, because I don't want to read what I have to read, if that makes sense. I want to read and just read, because I want to get back to reading a lot. And if I read what I want to read, then I'm still reading. So I'm not gonna force myself to read what I don't want to read right now, if that makes sense. So from now on, I am just gonna post my Romanceopoly like I do my Uno, and just read my Uno and Romanceopoly books throughout the month, and go from there. So yeah, I'm just gonna read what I want to read. As I said, I will finish Washed Up by Kandi Steiner, then I'll pick up Someone to Love by Elliott, and then I'll go into the Nikki Sloan books. So yeah, those are pretty much the ones I feel like reading. I will stop this vlog on Friday and whatnot, and then I'll do my 48-hour vlog. Also, I should mention that I was gonna post my Macaulay Smeltzer Wild vlog tomorrow, but then I saw in my ARC group that they didn't want spoilers or whatever, and I sort of did spoilers a little bit in that vlog until closer to the release date, which is totally understandable. So I just scheduled that for to come out on the release day, which is January 26th. So tomorrow's won't be a vlog, it will be an unboxing of either Bookworm box or the Age Gap Dark and Quirky book box. So yeah, and then on the Thursday, the 26th, you'll get 2 videos for me, which is the reading vlog and then my book talk. Just so there's that. But that's pretty much everything. I do have a headache, so I'm not reading that much right now. It is only 10:30, so I still have loads of time. But now that I decided not to worry about my Romanceopoly, I will read what I want to read. And yeah, not that the books I picked for Romanceopoly are bad. It's just that I don't want to read them this week. That's why themed vlogs are so hard for me, just because I like to read what I like to read that week. And yeah, I'm such a like mood reader. So, but anyways, as I said, I will continue on with Washed Up, which I'm on chapter 5, 65 pages in, and I'm really enjoying this. And then I will read Someone to Love, and then go to the Nikki Sloan books, and then go from there. But yeah, that is my plan. And I'm gonna go back downstairs and put the headache bag back on my head and whatnot. So I just wanted to update, and I'll catch up with you. I'll tell you my thoughts on Washed Up when I read more. So update, I did get to like chapter 3, which is like 30 pages in, maybe, I don't know. I did read a chapter downstairs while I was down there. And I'm still really enjoying it, but my parents had on the football game, so it's 39, page 39. But anyways, as I was saying, my parents had the football game on, and one of the players got injured, and it kind of just lowered my mood. He tackled, and like he was rushed to the hospital, and they had to do CPR. And I don't even watch football, but that like is scary. So I'm not gonna read anymore. I am gonna play some Sims. It is 8:11, so yeah, so I am done reading for tonight. I read 38 pages of this, plus I want to say probably like 150 maybe of the A Week to Be Wicked by Tessa Dare. So I'm good. And I'll pick this up tomorrow and finish it, but yeah, just my thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. Hopefully he's okay. And yeah, so yeah, I will see everyone tomorrow. So update, I started Washed Up by Kandi Steiner, and already there's so much happening. So this is a reverse age gap romance with the son's best friend, who is a doctor, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm only like 13 pages in, but it starts with the prologue where you meet Amanda, who is a 47-year-old. She is getting a divorce from her husband, who abused her. So there is trigger for that. They don't go too much. She just said it like one time. I'm sure as you go through it you'll find out more. And she's talking to her lawyer because her husband is putting off the divorce. He's prolonging it, and while she's talking to her lawyer, she gets in a car accident, and then she ends up at the hospital that Greg works in, and he is there. And that's pretty much where I'm at right now, but I'm really liking it. I just wanted to update because, as I said, the prologue, there was a lot that happened in a little bit, all of that. So yes, but I am liking it so far. And this is 318 pages, so it's almost 5, sorry. And yeah, I'm gonna try to finish this, but honestly I probably won't read for that long. I say that, I don't know. But yeah, we're having sherry chicken for dinner tonight, which is one of my grandma's recipes that she used to do, and we don't have it very often, and I'm super excited. It's one of my favorites, and I'm really excited about that. It takes a long time to do, so I'm gonna go see if my mom wants help cooking that, because I will do that if she wants help. So, but I just wanted to say I did start Washed Up and I'm enjoying it so far. So yeah, so update here, I am on chapter 7 of Washed Up by Kandi Steiner, and I'm really enjoying it. I am on page 92, and as I said, I'm really enjoying it. This is a reverse age gap, and son's best friend's romance. The heroine, Amanda, is 47, and she is getting a divorce from her abusive alcoholic husband, and she ends up in a car accident and ends up in the ER, and then she runs into her son's best friend, who is now 34, and a doctor. And then he reconnects with her son and is helping around the house, helping Amanda fix it up. And then they come up with a idea to do like a bucket list, where they both say ideas and they both have to do it together. And I'm really enjoying it. This does have flashbacks of a scene with abuse, so just be aware that that does you do have that scene, a few of those scenes, and it is talked about a little bit of her abuse, and so that may be triggering to some, and I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm very excited to continue on reading this. Hopefully I will finish this today. So yes, that is pretty much just my update so far. I do feel better. I still have a slight headache, but it's better than it was, so I'm just gonna read as much as I can right now and then go from there. So yeah, I just wanted to update that, and then yeah. So update here, I finished Washed Up by Kandi Steiner, and I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. As I said, this does have abuse and alcoholism talked about, so just be aware of that. So this follows Amanda, who got pregnant at age 15 and her parents disowned her, and then she married her son's father, and he became an alcoholic and abused her, and she was with him for 30 years. So she is used to being told what to do, like told she's not good enough and everything. So it is, her mental health is not the best in this book too, so just be aware of that. But I really enjoyed it, and yeah, I'm very glad I read this, and I used this for Romanceopoly for emergency service, so that one's done. And also this is a Romance for Veil book that I got last year. I never read, so book I owned, so I'm glad I was able to read that. And yeah, so I am gonna play some Sims now, and it is just 5:30, so I still have quite a ways, but I am gonna start my next book while playing The Sims, and go from there. I will update when I start my next book, but I just wanted to say really enjoyed this. 4.5 out of 5 stars, and yeah. So update, I started Someone to Love by Elliott. This is the 4th and final book in the Seaside Chronicles series. I'm only on chapter 2. So you get, in chapter 1, you get Brax's point of view. And it's 8 years earlier, where he's 25, and he is out at a bar, and then he sees Harley, who is his sister's best friend, and they end up hooking up, and then you get to chapter 2 and it's 8 years later and you don't really know what happened other after that. So that's where I'm at. You have seen Brax and Harley throughout the series. Oh, I should also mention that this is the 4th book in the series, but these are not standalones. These have to be read in order. Almost like all of Kelly Elliott's books, they all have to be read in order, which I've read all of them, so we're good. I'm good. But if you do plan on reading these, read them in order. And this is set, the Seaside Chronicles is a small town set in Seaside, Maine. I don't know if Seaside is an actual place in Maine, but it is set in Maine, and I'm really enjoying it. It's different than her other series, because her other series are mostly set in Texas, so this one is set in Maine, and I'm really loving it. But I'm only 24 pages in, 9% in, so not very far. But I just wanted to update that I started this, and yeah, so I will be reading this. It is 7:20, and I will probably read this until I go to bed. So there's that. I did play The Sims for like an hour, so there was that. But now I'm reading again, and yeah, so update, I just finished Someone to Love by Kelly Elliott, and I gave it 5 stars. Really loved this book and the series, and I highly recommend it. It is set in Maine, so as I said yesterday, it's a little different than her other settings that are usually set in Texas, and then they have like cowboys. This one was set in Maine, so there was more like fishing and sea stuff, so it was nice reading about that stuff. And yeah, no, I really enjoyed Harley and Brax's story, and yeah, it was really good. So the tropes were, what did I write down? Sorry. Sister's best friend, small town romance, and second chance, because as I said, they hooked up in the past and then it was 8 years later, so second chance for them. And yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. So I think it's available on Kindle Unlimited, so if you're interested, check it out. As I said, you have to read them in order, but they're all really good. So and very steamy, so yes, yeah, that's pretty much it. I am going to pick up another book because it's only 10:07 on the 4th, so I'm doing so well so far. I've read 4 books and it's the 4th of December, so I'm at a book a day. So but I am going to pick a book to read and go from there. But yeah, I just wanted to update saying that I finished, and yeah. Hi, so update here. I'm sorry I look like a little bit of a mess. It's because I just had the headache thing on my head, so it's a little red still, and my hair is weird. But regardless, I'm feeling a lot better than I was earlier. So I'm gonna read while I'm filming this, and then if I need to, I will go back downstairs and use the headache bag again. But what I decided to do was I put all of the audiobooks I have on my TBR for the month in a spinner wheel, and I'm gonna spin. This does include all of the series, so each book in a series is on here. If I do get it, I will read the first and whatever book up to. So those, like, say, like, the Four Horsemen is on here. So I have Pestilence, War, Famine, and Death. So if I roll Death, I will listen to all four, if that makes sense. So let's spin. And it's Hate. Okay, so that is book one in the Madison Kate series by Tate James. And this is going to be for my Uno game, which was a started series, I think, or something like that. I don't quite remember what the prompt was, but I know it's for that. So yeah, or it could have been an audiobook new to me author, which is that too. So but that's exciting. So I'm gonna hide that one and start with Hate, and then after I finish that, I'll spin again and go from there. But as I said, if I do get series, I will just read the series, like each book as I go. But I figured that way is a little easier. So I'll always have like a Kindle and physical, and then an audiobook on the go. So yeah, I am getting ready to start Hate by Tate James. And this is book one in the Madison Kate series. I have it on audio, and it's 2 hours and 41 minutes at 3.5 speed. All I know about this book is that it is a reverse harem book, and that's really all I know about it. I still have to look at what this meets. Okay, audio new to me author, which works. So yes, I'm excited to read this. I have all of the books in the series, and I think the first 3 in her Club 7 or 22, something like that series. I don't know, whatever that series is called, I do have the first 3 in that one too. So hopefully I like her, because I have all of those. So yeah, I'll update when I actually start reading and whatnot. So I started Hate by Tate James, and so far I'm on chapter 5, and so far you follow Madison, who was at a fight, and during that fight there were gunfires and she ran away, and then she got arrested during that, and then it's 11 months after her arrest, and she goes back home, and her father has a new girlfriend, and his girlfriend has 3 sons. I don't know if they're sons, but anyways, so she's living with her dad, his girlfriend, and those 3 boys, and the 3 boys are like how she got arrested, like, so she's upset with them and whatnot. This is a reverse harem, enemies to lovers book, so I knew there was multiple people. So yeah, I'm really liking the audiobook. There's multiple voices and everything, so I'm really liking the audiobook. It is a relatively short audiobook, think it was like 2 hours and 47 minutes, and I'm at 2 hours and 16 minutes. So there's that. But I just wanted to update that I started this, and yeah, I will update in a little bit. Hi, so I just got my Kindle case, so I figured I would do a little bit opening it and whatnot. So it's not super exciting, but it is pink. But I like my Kindle cases protected and stuff, so I like it when it has the little protected thing. So there's that, and then it has like has a stand and like the straps and stuff and a pen thing. So and my Kindle's right here, so I'm just gonna put it in, maybe. Yeah, okay. And it's, yeah. So, here it is. And like, awesome. Yeah, as I said, it's not the most prettiest one I have, but it's not bad. So this was $35 plus tax, so it was like $40. So, but my Kindle now is covered, and yeah. So there's that. I am also watching Sprints. I have 23 minutes left of my audiobook, which is Hate by Tate James, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm gonna finish that and then go from there. So update here, I just finished Hate by Tate James, and I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. That was my first Tate James books that I read, and it met the challenge for audio for new to me author on my Uno game, and I'm really glad I read it. I'm very excited to continue on with the series, but that will probably be until February, because there are so many books I need to read in January, and that's just not one of them. Granted, if I read all of the books I want to read and need to read in January, I might consider going and reading the rest, but it will probably be February, honestly. So there's that. But I'm not going to tell you too much about this book because I feel like it's better not knowing much. But there is talk about stalker and murder, so just be aware. With the, it's also a reverse harem, as I said, enemies to lovers, hate to love trope, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, and that was my 5th book read for the year, so I'm doing good. I'm doing a book a day, and that feels really good. It is now just 5 p.m. on Thursday, but I'm actually gonna end this vlog because I was editing it today and it's already 40 minutes, and then I'll do like a little wrap up. So there's that. Also, I wanted I'm gonna start the 48-hour finals book support group early. I'm actually gonna do 72-hour because I'm gonna try to read 4 books. So I need all that extra time I could get. But anyways, I really enjoyed Hate and am very excited to continue on with the series. So it is also available on Kindle Unlimited if you have that service and are interested in getting the book. You are able to get it from KU. So there's that. So yeah, but that's pretty much it. The next clip will be me doing the wrap up, talking about the 4 books I read this week in this vlog. So yeah. Update here, I am on chapter 21, which is like 5% in War. On page 165. I have 2 hours and 51 minutes left, and it is 5:15. I am gonna go downstairs and do something for dinner because I'm getting hungry, and then I'll come back upstairs and finish War. I will probably play Sims while I listen to the audiobook. I was gonna try to read something else, but honestly, I don't know what I want to read, and so we're just gonna do War and go from there. So yeah, because if I could get this series finished, then it would be good. So that is my plan. I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner, but I will see. But anyways, I wanted to update saying that I am enjoying it, and yeah. Update here, I should probably pause my Sims game, but update here, I have about 90 minutes left of War and I am enjoying it. I did start the Super Sim Challenge for Sims 4, so I am playing that and will probably be playing that for a while. Here's my little starter home. It's not much because I'm in a tiny home and you only have 32 tiles, and I am not a builder, but it doesn't look too bad. Very colorful, and good for now. And yeah, so there's that, and I am enjoying playing, so there's that. As I said, I have about an hour and 29 minutes left of War. It is 8:05. So my goal is to finish War and then probably listen to like 30-ish minutes of Famine, or however you say that, maybe. So, but yeah, I just wanted to update and go from there. Hi, so I actually finished War last night. I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 stars. I didn't like it as much as Pestilence, but it was still good. And yeah, 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's almost noon and I haven't even started Famine, but I am gonna work on going through my clothes and closet. I need to clean my room. So that's what I'm gonna do while listening to Famine. It's 4 hours and 11 minutes. So there's that. But I did finish War last night. As I said, I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. As I said, I didn't like this one as much as Pestilence, but it was still good. And I'm glad I read it or listened to it. And I'm excited to see Famine, because Famine is a lot of people's favorites, but Becca didn't like it as much. So I want to see where I'm at. But this book is gorgeous. Look at that. And then, yeah. So, but yeah. 3.5 out of 5 stars, and then Pestilence got 4 stars. So it'll probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of 3.5 and 4. But I just wanted to update, and yeah, I am going to work on my closet and cleaning my room, going through my clothes that I don't want. And then after I do that, I will eventually work on my bookshelves, because it needs to be done too. But I'm like, I need to do my closet first before I could do fun stuff with my shelf. So that is my plan. As I said, Famine is 4 hours and 11 minutes, and Death is 4 hours and 26 minutes. So I have a little over 9 hours of audiobooking to do today. I don't think I'm gonna finish, but I have, well, technically I have like 12 hours to do that. So I could do that and work on my room, cleaning my room and all of that stuff. So I have potential to finish both books, but I probably won't. I'll probably finish Death early tomorrow morning. So there's that. But I will try hard, and I'm going to start cleaning my room and do all of that. So yeah, I'll update when I start. So I am reading Famine, and I have 2 hours and 3 minutes left. There's no way I'm reading both Famine and Death today, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'm not really liking Famine. This is probably my least favorite so far, and I'm 50% in. I'm on page 228, chapter 27, and I'm not really liking it, which is fine. That is what it is. So I'm debating if I should just add the few clips for this vlog into my weekly vlog and just not worry about making 2 vlogs, which I think I'm gonna do, because I only have like 3 or 4 clips of me reading War in this one. So I think I'm just gonna combine this vlog in my weekly vlog and go from there. So I'll do that, and yeah, and then read Death next week is my plan. So yeah, as I said, it is only 5 o'clock, so I still have quite a few hours left that I could probably, well, I know I'll finish Famine because I have 2 hours and 3 minutes left. So I have plans on finishing Famine, but I probably won't even start Death, which is totally fine. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I think I'll add this to my weekly vlog, just so it saves vlogs. So yeah, I did film a video today that I was gonna post tomorrow, but while I was editing it, I realized the audio is completely wrong. So I deleted the whole thing and have to refilm that, which I will probably do. I'll probably make that Friday's video, because tomorrow I'll probably just do my upload the December bookworm unboxing, because I already have that filmed, so I just have to upload it. And then Wednesday will be week 1 vlog, and then I think Friday will be the video that I have to refilm. But yeah, I think that's it. And then I will start my weekly vlog tomorrow, for week 2. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll update probably when I finish Famine. So yeah. So update, I finished Famine and I'm giving it 3 stars. So far it's my least favorite in the series, and I hope Death goes back up to 4 stars. But if not, that's fine. I'm not going to start that. It is 8:40 and I'm just gonna call it a day. As I said, I will probably include these little clips in my weekly wrap up. I mean, in my weekly vlog. So if that's the case, I'll probably wrap all of the books I read tomorrow morning, and then start the new vlog. But I will probably go to bed relatively early because I'm tired, and mostly I'm tired. So I'm gonna watch some Among Us for a little bit, and then go from there. I don't know why I didn't like Famine. I don't know. I think they're kind of like repetitive, which is fine, but like the guys are there to like end the world, and then they meet a girl and they fall in love, and then they don't end the world. So yeah, but I'm excited for Death. So yeah, I will start that tomorrow, maybe. Probably not, honestly, because tomorrow I'm gonna be downstairs mostly with the dogs. So I'll probably read a lot of Kindle books tomorrow, if I read at all, honestly. But I don't really care. So far I'm doing a book a day, so I feel accomplished in that. And yeah, and so yeah, but I will do my wrap up tomorrow, and go from there. Hi, so I want to wrap up, but every week of the month, at the bottom of my planner, I've written some stats down for the week. So it says I read 3 out of the 16 Uno TBR books that I have to read for the month. So that's pretty good. I read 4 out of the 6 Romanceopoly. I've read 7 books, bought 15 That's like ebooks, audiobooks, and book boxes that I received this week. I read 2,738 pages, which is really good. I got 19 free Kindle books. And then book clubs and read-alongs, I read 3 out of the 15 that I have on my TBR for the month. So not too bad. I did pretty well. So every week I want to say that in my wrap up. So now I'm gonna wrap up the books I read. Originally I did do this wrap up, and then I decided to, because originally I was going to do my 48-hour final book support group vlog, separate vlog, but I did not vlog all that much, so I'm just adding the clips that I did do in this vlog and go from there. But I see my batteries flashing at me, so I'm going to change that and I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that. Fixed my battery, so if the angle changed a little bit, it's because I changed my battery. But as I said, I read 7 books this week, so that's really exciting. And let's just start. So the first one I read was A Week to Be Wicked by Tessa. This is a historical romance. I give this 3 out of 5 stars. Got this from my library, Libby. Listened to it on audio. This follows Minerva and Colin. It is like a road trip, fake relationship, only one bed. Those are the tropes. This is set in Scotland, and this was for Romanceopoly for the Cobbles. And it's book 2 in the Spindle Cove series. It was, I do like Tessa Dare. Her writing makes it seem like it's not necessarily a historical romance, which I like. Because I don't really like historical romances, but she does it in a way that makes it seem not so historical, if that makes sense. So, but I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Then I read Someone to Love by Elliott, and this is the 4th and final book in the Seaside Chronicles. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars, really enjoyed it, and this was for my Uno game for Kindle new release because it came out on the 3rd. This follows Harley and Braxton. This is set in Maine because I am doing the 50 state challenge. I'm trying to read all 50 states this year, so I'm writing them down. I've been wanting to do that for the past few years and just never have, so I just decided to do it this year. So yes, that it's set in Maine, in Seaside. I don't know if Seaside is an actual city in Maine, so I just put Maine. But this is a small town, fishing town, and a sister's brother's romance. Best friend's brother romance. Those are always so hard to like word, but it's a best friend's brother romance. And this follows Harley, who works at her dad's newspaper, and Braxton, who owns a charter like company that he takes people out fishing. It's their story. Really enjoyed it. 5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Hate by Tate. James, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and I really enjoyed it. This was the first book by Tate James that I've read. This is a reverse harem, enemies to lovers, hate to love, dark romance that follows Madison, Archer, Cody, and Steele. But I'm not going to tell you too much other than that because I feel like it's better not knowing much. But I really enjoyed it, and this was for my Uno game for an audio new to me author. Listened to this on audio and it was really good. I have the whole series, and I'm very excited to continue, just not in January, but really, really good. Okay, and then that's the last one that I read that I don't have physically. So I then read Washed Up by Kandi Steiner, and I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. This is a reverse age gap son's best friend, yes, son's best friend romance. This follows Amanda, who was married for, I think it was like 30-ish years. She was married to a alcoholic and abuser, and then this starts where she's getting a divorce and she gets in a car accident and she goes to the hospital her son's friend is working at, and Greg is the anesthesiast, and they get to talking and it's their story. 4.5 out of 5 stars. This is book 1 in the Bayside Hero series, which is a series of books that were written during peak COVID, so 2020, by 4 different authors. It is also on Kindle Unlimited if you're interested, so there's that. Also, Hate is also available on Kindle Unlimited if you're interested, but highly recommend. I really enjoyed this. And then I reread Pestilence by Laura Thalassa, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, which I gave the first time reading this too, but I enjoyed it the second time. I listened to this on audio like I did the first time. This is book 1 in the 4 Horsemen series that follows Pestilence, who brings fever and a plague to the world, and there is this girl named Sarah who her village is under attack and she doesn't want to see people she loves die, so she decides to go out and kill Pestilence. She doesn't succeed and he ends up kidnapping her and takes her prisoner, and that's pretty much it, but I really enjoyed this. 4 out of 5 stars. And then I read War, which is book number 2 in the 4 Horsemen. I gave this one 3.5 out of 5 stars. Listen to this on audio. This one follows War, who brings war to the world, and this follows Miriam and War, and it, again, like Pestilence, this is sort of like them falling in love and all of that, so yes. And then I read Famine, and I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars. And at this point they're getting a little repetitive in the fact that pretty much they come to the world for their purpose, meet a girl, fall in love, and go on there. This one I didn't care for all that much. I still gave it 3 stars because I do like the aspect of, like, the writing is gorgeous. Like, Laura Thalassa's writing and, like, the audiobook and everything is gorgeous. And but in itself, I didn't care for Famine, the character, all that much. So yes, but this follows Famine and Anna. So yes, but those are the 7 books I read, and whatnot. And as I said, I read 3 of my Uno books, 4 out of the 6 Romanceopoly, and then 3 book clubs, which were these 3 for Becca's book club. So I did really good. I also did not include, I did read quite a few short stories in my anthology book, but I figured I would just talk about all of those when I finished that anthology. Whenever I decided what I didn't know what I wanted to read, I just read one of the short stories in the anthology I picked, because that is one of my 16 books for Uno that I needed to read. And that anthology is like 1,000 pages, so I'm like 500. I'm like halfway through that. So that's good. I think I have 6 or 7 more books to read in that, so I'm getting there, but I have the whole month. But again, I figured I would just mention that when I finish the anthology, so I could tell you all of the stories and everything in one video. So yeah, but so my total read is probably closer to like 3,000 pages because of those, but I'll just add those up when I finish the anthology. So, but yeah, those are the books I read this week. And sorry if this vlog is all over the place. I'm still trying to get used to vlogging weekly. And yeah, I don't know if it's also too much books I talk about, because I surprised myself with how much books I read this week. But if it's too much, let me know. I could try to just do like not as many not as many clips for when I'm reading books, unless it's a book I'm really like excited to read. And then I may just at the wrap up just talk about the other books I read. So maybe I'll do like 2 or 3 that I talk about when I'm reading, and then the rest I will just mention in the wrap up. If that works too, just let me know what's better for you. Do you want to hear all of the books I talk about when I'm reading them, or would you prefer like 1 to 3 that I talk about when reading and then just mention the other ones during my wrap up? Which is fine. Just let me know. And what are some books you read this week? And I'll see everyone later. Bye.